Hello everyone, I and I welcome you to today's stream. Now, I know I've been rather sporadic with my streams as of late, but uh, I'm gonna try to see how today's stream goes. And hello, Fox, how are you? Yeah, I was talking and I just realized my stuff was unmuted, so uh, that's just how it goes. That's the way the old ball bounces, you see. Now, today we are going to be playing Turok 3 because the maker of a mod that I played quite extensively has a 5.0 update. So, I'm going to be streaming that because it includes a whole lot of content that was not included in earlier versions. Plus, it gives me an excuse to play Turok 3 again because I love this game. No matter how many years pass, this just like playing my game is so awesome. So the first thing we see here, it looks like the Shadow of Oblivion has been replaced with Revenge of Oblivion. Let me try to get that music volume up a little bit. Of course, I'm going to be playing in hard mode, of course. As far as I know, the cutscenes are always unchanged, so I'll skip them where I can. And of course, we're going to be playing as Joshua Fireseed because he has access to every weapon in the game, unless y'all want me to do someone else. Don't matter to me. But for now, I'm going to be playing as Joshua. That is always an awesome opening. City attack. Ah, interesting, there's a heartbeat sound over here.
Heard you were home. Move to rest.
Ah, it looks like here the different houses have a message on them. Hey! Well, that's really nice of the mod maker. Since I had streamed one of the, I test played through one of the earlier versions and initially streamed the 1.0 version, I actually appreciate getting a thank you message here. And Raffine is another person on the Turok community, the Turok Discord server as well, who test ran this as well. Well, that's interesting. It's the three different versions of the three different let's get to one. Oh yeah, from what I've been told, there was a kill marker as well. Oh, is that really all? Oh, it looks like some additional level geometry as well. Oh wait, I went straight instead of... I usually go left instead of straight, so I thought that was an addition, my bad. Yep, I'm just getting more. That's intense. So, Father Turok, the mod maker, changed the way the life forces work, where they give a little bit of health. They give a little bit of health with every pickup. So, with every pickups, when you're aching for health and can't find a health pickup, I guess now it's good as time as any to demonstrate it. There you go. I forgot why I almost forgotten why I turned down the music from time to time because it's so loud. But that's really the game itself. So what the mod maker has told me, he made this mod even more difficult, which is interesting. I always felt Turok was too easy initially, and this mod definitely ramped up the challenge. So I'm wondering how this 5.0 version will up the challenge. It really does look amazing, especially for a Turok 3 mod. And when you consider the fact that this game has not seen any kind of release before this remaster, it's honestly surprising. I wonder what that Strider was doing, just wandering back and forth. Maybe he's got social anxiety. Getting a decent amount of kills too. But that also shows you how many more enemies got added to this mod. I also do want to get people up to speed on how what's going on stream-wise in the near future. So I do intend on continuing Fallout 4's playthrough. Of course, I'm going to be doing a full stream or full playthrough of this mod. I will be continuing Star Wars of Empire at some point. I know my ADHD brain tends to go far with a lot of stuff, but I am going to try to continue all of that stuff in the near future. Wow.
I am Torok.
Does that burger come with bacon on it? Oh, what? Alright, Fox.
Martial law will be enforced. Martial law will be enforced. Martial law will be enforced.
I'm surprised you're not a fan of bacon. It always goes well with a hamburger. Oh, we get the shotgun earlier than usual. Interesting. What kind of... Oh, I...
Martial law will be enforced.
Gee. Police bot just went no. Where'd that come from? Another game I'm gonna try stream once I finish either Fallout 4, Valkyrie, or Star Wars Vampire is Star Trek Elite Force. Although I'm kind of debating on if I want to do the PC version on GOG or do the PS2 port. Mainly because the main issue with the GOG version, well, the PC version in general, is that it goes up to a certain resolution and then stops right there. So it's gonna be a little bit difficult to stream it if, well, it doesn't want to walk. Also from the fact that I have to use screen capture instead of game capture, which isn't as big of a problem, but it does get a little annoying having to do that for streaming one game. There's not a whole world of difference between the two versions, except of course the PC levels are a little bit different compared to the PS2 version. How you doing, friend? Oh yeah, in case you...
Stay back.
So as I was saying before I got rudely interrupted by these there we go. So anyways, these things are actually from the first game, father of Turok, the maker of this mod, actually reskinned them to be allies and enemies in this game. So when you see these guys, the police bots, you know they'll be on your side. But chapters 2 and 3 have their own version that are used as enemies. Down, Fido. This level does live up to its name, War in the City. For anyone who's seen my previous stream of this mod, you know that we would get healed a lot faster. Well, in this, as the mod maker up in the challenge, he's also been changing the level design up to flow more seamlessly. And I think he did a pretty good job here. Also, he made a lot more of the basic enemies more aggressive. And he did the same thing with the elite enemies. So the elite enemies are basically reskins of enemies that we encounter normally, like the Striders. You would notice that occasionally we would come across orange Striders. Those are the elite variants. They attack faster, they hit harder, and in general they're a lot more aggressive. So now they did it again, making the elite enemies more aggressive, but also the base enemies. Basically keeps you on your toes. And from what he told me, Chapter 5 is going to be way more challenging than before, because he made the enemies there even more aggressive. Anyone who's seen my stream of the 1.0 version of Revenge of Oblivion knows that Chapter 5 got extremely challenging. And usually there's an enemy there guarding that hell. Guess it was removed. I didn't think it would be that high of a drop. about around the time it loops back to the main portion of chapter 1. But yes, how you doing, Nako? It's good to see you. Yep. Here we are, looped back at the beginning of chapter 1, the Vanilla Cave. Get to the breach and stop Oblivion. So far, so good. Wow, a 300 kill streak. Nice. Thank you, Nako. It's always good to see you, Nako. I hope you're doing alright.
Please don't hurt me. Follow me. It's right up here. Hurry, we can get up to the street.
Poor schmuck. Just wants to get up to the streets and then winds up getting ripped in half by a strider. There we go. another shotgun. Shotgun ammo is going to become more available later on in the game, so I'm not going to be using it too much. At least I'm going to try not to use it too much. I was expecting a different kind of ambush there. There we go. What's creepy about those is that those are zombified humans that have mutated into Striders. So Oblivion kind of mutated them into this weird human octopus hybrid. $300 kills. I bet you it's stuck somewhere on the level geometry. Knew it.
Hey, yeah! They're all over! Get away! Oh, get away!
You sure you want to do that, buddy? Yep. Just a conga line of striders.
Martial law will be enforced.
Clear the street. Return to your home.
That would be neat. But here comes the. Ouch. Man, those things got way too much range.
I am Torok.
Oh wow, that's an elite Mumite. Hey. That was new. They added a new variation of the Mumite. It can be a little difficult to avoid damage. Meet for the friend. Thank you, Fox, for the 7-month subscription. Wow. Thank you, friend. At least there's no elite zombie. Although I could probably see an elite zombie being basically the dead king too. Ah, geez, that's not a good spot to be freeze frame. Oh, jeez, that just okay. Not what I was intending to do, but. Darn it. Oh, we keep moving. All too easy. Well, I say this now, but chapter 2 is going to move that on real quick. Oh. Wow, I whiffed 2 of those shots. Oh, I agree. And it's even more interesting about the fact that the mod maker also made a version for Turok 2, and he's working on one for the first game as well.
Korok!
500 enemies killed. I don't even think the first 3 chapters can total up to 500. I also know there might be a few weapon differences as well, but what those are, we'll just have to see. If y'all remember, when I've streamed this before, we had a regular Sentinel Sword and a Death Guard Blaster. Then later on, we got chosen variants of those weapons that hit harder and attack faster. So we're gonna have to see if there's any new inclusions in this mod, or in this 5.0 version. Alrighty, Fox. I do appreciate you stopping by.
Martial law will be enforced.
And we hit, surprisingly enough, a leg spike.
Deadly force has been authorized.
Huh. Usually that's accessible, but I guess it's all blocked off now. I always love doing that. There was that dog in the bush.
Oh. Deadly force has been authorized.
There we go. I'll go see what that's about. I'll be right back. Ah, dog's barking at ghosts. Ah, to the subway! Coppers are facing off against Oblivion. That's a lot of dead flesh eaters. It would be kind of interesting if these portals led you somewhere similar to the false portals in Draw 2, where you can fight more flesh eaters in the chapter. Also, when I get the chance, I'm gonna see if I can stream Fallout New Vegas, a non-Dust version. What I mean by that is, lately I've been getting into a Fallout New Vegas mod called Dust, a survival simulator. And it's a pretty decent mod, but I'm thinking about, if I do stream Fallout New Vegas, I'll do it without the Dust mod. I might go back and try it again with Halo 2 Wastelands. And lump Fallout 3 into it as well. Nope. So, has anyone had a chance to try out Metal Gear Solid Delta? I know that game came out, I believe, yesterday, not 2 days ago. And so far, from what I've been hearing, it's alright. But from what I understand, it's also in a similar vein to the Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, where it's more or less for those who are new to the series. While there's still enough to enjoy for those who are returning to the series. Alright, those nutcases in the buildings aren't there, so these guys don't get gunned down. Okay. Well, you gotta do something? Do it. Man, that tech bow is broken at times now. I remember on the N64 version, the tech bow wasn't worth crap, but now it's a viable weapon. okay. I didn't realize that there were zombie dogs on the track, but now they're getting their asses ran over. Oh, that's so fucked up. That's kind of funny at the same time.
Martial law will be enforced.
Warning, track obstruction detected. Warning, automated braking system failure. Engage manual brakes in cockpit immediately. Warning, moving in 30 seconds. Warning, moving imminent.
Don't worry, I got it. I was gonna let this train crash. What do you take me for? I'm not the fat conductor. Go there. Oh, that's a robot. I had a feeling they would make a comment when you reach that number of kills. So in general, Chapter 1 is kind of more or less a way to ease the player into what this mod has to offer. As soon as it reaches Chapter 2, oh, it throws you into the deep end. Not in a bad way, of course, but it does kind of tell you that the mod is not going to be messing around. It's going to give you a challenge, and you're gonna have to find a way to overcome it.
Martial law will be enforced.
Finally got back to the breach. Now to get up there and stop Oblivion. Bang. All it took was so many of Squidward's dead cousins. Oh, they are defunct Squidwards. They fucked up. Ow. Yeah. Not much else to do it. Same boss fight. And we get to Mag 60 a little early.
Stop right there!
And already we've been introduced to the military robots. Now you would think that those bots won't be any more difficult to take down than any of the other enemies. Well, you'd be wrong, because those guys are full of spikes. You saw how many hits from Stormbow they can endure before they react. You just lost your leg privileges. And you just lost your arm privileges. And yes, we can see what Night Dive has done here. Order key card. Oh, there we go. Now these custom levels are fun. There we go. Took down a bot. Now this is probably going to be around the time you'll find that this mod really...
All security forces, full red alert.
Especially if you're playing on hard or Oblivion difficulty. Heck, I think even on easy and normal, this game would still prove to be a massive challenge. there's also here in Chapter 2 where the bows, especially the storm bow, really shines. Because you can see with the tech bow, it still has like kind of an arc. But I can also attribute that to the fact that it has an explosive tip at the end. The storm bow keeps like a straight trajectory. And because it's silent, it doesn't wake up the neighborhood. And it has a decent fire rate, although I really wouldn't recommend using this in prolonged encounters, at least in this, unless you're really good at aiming. And spoiler alert, I'm not that good at aiming. If I'm not mistaken, we're gonna get more bots here. Oh, no,
I am Torok.
800 kills, not bad.
Hold on.
Ow. There we go. Man, anyone who remembers my first playthrough of this mod, y'all know how difficult they make the all of this. But that's really more of a situation with the remaster than the enemies themselves. Welcome back, Fox. I'm pretty sure I've killed more enemies than there ever were in the original game. Oof, looks like this thing got roughed up. I know it. How you doing, Box? You doing alright over the town? Oh. Hey. That's new. That's new. That is definitely new. That was not in the earlier version. So, for anyone wondering what the hell that was, those were sludge crabs from the first Turok game. So yes, Father of Turok has managed to make enemies, not just from Turok 2, but from Turok Dinosaur Hunter, appear in this mod, with help from other members of the Turok community. So you could say the community really came together with this mod. In fact, if it wasn't for the help of some of the other mod makers in the Turok Discord server, we wouldn't have had the Lord of the Flesh included here. We wouldn't have a lot of these Turok 1 enemies. So, Father of Turok and the community really came together in this one. But it does make me wonder, if they brought back the Sludge Beast, what other enemies did they bring back? What other rock enemies are they making? Fox, is that you? I knew it was you. There we go. Yeah, if you thought the Wallagus was difficult to defeat enough, and the elite Wallagus will definitely give you a run for your money. I hit myself with my arrow. Okay. Don't know where that barrel went. There we go. Ow. Ow.
Turok!
Funny is saying that in Talset's voice, and especially since I'm playing as Joshua, because in Turok 2, Joshua is voiced by Gene Seltzer, who also did the voice for Talset in Dinosaur Hunter.
The warhead has been disarmed. Unauthorized personnel detected.
I'm seeing that emote Fox, and now I'm thinking I can't stop thinking of an animation of like a chibi version of Nako just being tumbled in a washing machine. By the way, Fox, aren't you doing some horror movie or horror readings today? Or analog horror reactions?
All security forces, full red alert. The warhead has been disarmed. Unauthorized personnel detected.
And I hope you like the analog horrors I recommended. I don't even know if I'm hitting this thing. Yeah, I am. Oh, okay, I was doing damage to another box. There we go. That should be the last one, assuming there's no surprises coming from these guys. doing as bad as I thought I would be. But Chapter 2 has its way of sneaking up on the player. Jeez. At least using the spear on those elite Wallagus does seem to have a decent effect. So at least with this, I won't have to worry about having to get out of their range and then subsequently taking more damage because of those fire attacks. It's almost like the knife in Code Veronica, where it does damage on every frame it's on an enemy. Whoa. 1,000 kills. And then we're just going to pick our new thing. I also just realized something. It took me this long to realize. There we go. Just wanted to go to the Alpha Hub.
All security forces, full red alert. The warhead has been disarmed.
Hey, pinned down.
Unauthorized personnel detected.
Huh. That worked. Used up all my plasma. There we go, another platform. Peace. that just to get all the way back here.
All security forces, full red alert.
Keep in mind, all that trouble just to wind up back at the start of the chapter with the rest. Oh, and I forgot to mention, but one thing that the mod maker did was eliminate enemy friendly fire. So enemies will not be able to damage each other. I love doing that.
Right there! Hold it.
Well, the ammo for it at least. For some reason, despite the fact you can get grenade ammo in Chapter 2, there's no grenade launch to pick up in this chapter. If you want the grenade launch, you have to wait until Chapter 3 to pick it, which is kind of weird. But then again, Chapter 1 had a random pickup of assault rifle ammo that was left over from the beta, so...
What are you doing here? Someone has activated the base destruct codes. Take this pass card and deactivate it, or we'll all die.
Father of Science.
The warhead has been disarmed. Unauthorized personnel detected.
Stop right there!
The warhead has been disarmed. The warhead has been disarmed.
In
The warhead has been
30
disarmed.
seconds.
Self-destruct sequence deactivated.
Okay, so we've got, so far, 2 pieces of PSG. Yeah, no. Use the main elevator to enter the warehouse. Well, considering there's no going back. Well, here's a surprise. We're not playing through Joseph's version of the Dark Anger. Okay, so how this works with Joshua is that while it does Danielle's pathway, some areas like this will randomize between if it's Joseph's path or Daniel's path. And I think this is the only area that does that too. So, we'll get to see the warehouse. Because otherwise, Dark Hangar is usually just one big level. No, the level changes with Joshua is actually something that was in the original Tarockery as well. Because Joshua has basically traits of both Danielle and Joseph. He can go through both of their pathways too when there's a divergence. But if there's an area that both players or both characters have to go through, like this area, there will be subtle changes. Like for Dark Hangar, you know it's Joseph's pathway when everything is completely dark and you have to use the night vision goggles to see. That also means that you won't need to go through this area that's tightly lit. Everything's just completely dark. Whereas for Daniel, the Dark Hangar and the warehouses are 2 separate levels. Also, in the base game, this level would actually introduce the Wallagus enemy, but of course this mod changes that up. And yes, you can take damage and die. I know that firsthand.
Unauthorized personnel detected. All security forces full red alert.
So the way that section handles it is that for Joseph, that whole area was just the dark hangar. Whereas with Danielle, it's separating the 3 different areas. Dark hangar, the warehouses, and hit the lights. But both areas would lead here. Chapter 1 also has its own separate areas for both characters, but that's more or less up to personal preference. Like if I wanted to, I could have gone through the rooftops like I did in Chapter 1, or I could have took a detour to the museum. Both would have had their differences in how progress is done, but it all leads to the same area. The dope fish lives. Let's see if I can. There we go. Dope fish lives. For anyone who doesn't know what a dope fish is, it's an old like classic computer game reference to the Commander Keen series, made by id Software. Yeah, pre-Doom and Wolfenstein, id Software. They made Commander Keen. And the dope fish was an enemy in a level I believe called the Well of Wishes. And it's become basically a popular gag character for not just the id Software, but the gaming industry in general. You saw references to the dope fish in games like Quake and Deus Ex, Quake 2, and even Eternal has its own reference to dope fish. Another thing I like about this spear is that it stun locks those Wallagus. Come on. Having to make me come to them. What the hell is wrong with them? I would say we're almost done with Chapter 2, but that would be a bit of a lie. There's still quite a bit of Chapter 2 to go through. There we go. Now we got our other two. Great. So the cerebral bore apparently takes a different ammo type, but as you can see, the icon is for the explosive ammo used in laser guns. Yep, they shorten the length of time it takes for the cerebral bore to murder. In case anyone was wondering, there have been some updates regarding Turok's origins. If anyone's kind of interested in that. So apparently, what Saber Interactive wants to do is make this make Turok Origins a prequel to the original trilogy. Which, that's kind of ballsy. Considering what Saber Interactive has shown has not impressed the Turok community. So there are people that are happy just for the fact that they get a new Turok game, but if someone like me and a few others in the community, you're gonna be pretty skeptical because of the fact that one, it's making such a claim when it has basically nothing to do with the acclaimed trilogy, which also the acclaimed trilogy for Turok is kind of a legal minefield. Because so many companies and entities own portions of the Turok IP that it is impossible to try to get all of them to cooperate if you wanted to. Because you got Universal, who owns the IP in general. You got Random Penguin House, who owns the comic book edition, the comic book variation of Turok. Then you have Jeff Gomez, who owns the designs for a lot of the characters and designs from the Turok 2 game and comics that necessitated Turok 3 and Evolution being designed and developed radically differently. So if y'all ever wondered why Turok 3 and Evolution look nothing like the first two games, Acclaim did not credit Jeff Gomez when they released
All security forces, full red alert.
He asked that his designs not be used in another game by Acclaim again. But Night Dive managed to get at least some okay from it. Now, if someone wants to use those same designs over again for a new entry in what would be considered the Acclaim series, they're going to use those designs. They're going to have to talk to Jeff Gomez. And who's to say Jeff Gomez is willing to have his designs used again? Then there's a couple of other entities that are part of this whole equation, like Night Dive, who has the license to do the remakes for the first 3 games. Also, I don't want to. Also, let's not forget to bring up the fact that Disney also made a Turok game. Now, while I have my own feelings about the 2008 Turok game, at least I can say at least it has more in line with Turok than Origins did. And they did show off some gameplay of it, but nothing enough to really make anything give confidence on the product. And the interview that was done while they were showing gameplay footage was in Dutch, so I could not understand what they were saying. But from what they were saying, that playing the campaign solo or with other players, and the levels are made in such a way that each of the characters will have their own path, similar to how Turok 3 handled it. And each player, if you're doing a co-op game, can go their own separate ways to unlock more secrets and explore more of the level, which are fine and dandy, but at the same time, how does that cater to the co-op aspect? Oh, and here's another thing that I remember about Origins. Basically, with Turok Origins, at specific points, they're gonna lock you. You're gonna lock the session. What that means is that when you're in places like boss fights, if you're playing single player and you want to pull other players into it, the game will not actually let you call up your friends to help you with a difficult boss fight. So if you're in a boss fight that you really just want to get involved and you want to call up your friends, it's basically nope. It's you're gonna have to deal with that on your own. And it's vice versa as well. If you're playing a game with teammates and you want to solo this fight, you're gonna have to deal with it co-op. They did showcase that Turok Origins does have a first-person perspective, but I don't know if that's, like, you can move and shoot like a first-person shooter, or if they're just doing it where, like, it's only when you're aiming, like, let's say, Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3. I really hope they make a fully functional first-person mode, to at the very least keep it somewhat in line with the earlier entries in the series. Because even the 2008 game kept it first person.
I come to make an announcement. Shadow the Hedgehog's a bitch-ass motherfucker. You pissed on my fucking wife.
What a tragedy, Robotnik. Still hard to believe that that was actually done from the actual voice actor for Robotnik. They did show off some of the other weapons aside from the bow and this generic-looking rifle. They did show off that the cerebral bore will, in fact, appear in Turok Origins. And from the few seconds that they showed it, it looks alright. I mean, it looks just like it does in Turok 2. But effectively, it looks like this. Basically, this is what it looks like, and it functions the exact same as it did in so, that's something at the very least. You can get in line with how the Turok trilogy regularly did the war. Not what I wanted to pull out. But since I'm going up against a loop. There we go. You ain't slick. Neither are you.
Oh no, bro.
Oh no. Ambush! We do at least have a new weapon, the Sentinel Sword. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Mox was here to do much of anything about those guys. Oh shit, that is... Okay, I thought that was a... there was a window there. You know, there's something cathartic about Joshua using Sentinel Sword against Sentinel Sword. Okay, I think it's really nice. I think it's really a little, but the mod makers genuinely doing everything he can to improve the game, and I'm glad he is. Sentinel Sword looks pretty well. And it looks nice. Also, like I said, it's cathartic. Just seeing Joshua bearing down on a Sentinel or a Death Guard with this sword, knowing that they tried to murder him. Also, Also, another thing about Turok Origins that kind of baffles the Turok community is that if Origins is going to count itself as a prequel to the trilogy, where does Evolution stand?
All security forces, full red alert. The warhead has been disarmed. Unauthorized personnel detected.
That's something to consider. Where in the Turok timeline does Evolution take place? Because if this is to take place, if Origins was to take place at the start of the series, there's got to be something to it. Because otherwise, the only thing we can expect is
All security forces, full red alert.
retcon Evolution, which wouldn't make too much sense. I don't know if Origins will do well on launch. I really do think with all the way they presented it, it left a very bad first impression. Well, would I be willing to be proven wrong? Of course. I mean, if Turok Origins comes out and it turns out to be pretty good, and all of it was just a case of... but my point still stands. If it turns out that Origin comes out and all it was just a case of bad marketing, but it's still pretty good, I will be one of the first to come out and say, yeah, Origins was actually pretty good. I was wrong about it. And I wouldn't be ashamed to admit that I was wrong about Origins. But as it stands, Origins, you could have called it anything else, and it wouldn't have the backlash that it does. Paradoxically, also, as well, this does mean, too, that if it was called anything else other than Turok, it wouldn't be seen the way it is now, or it wouldn't get as much attention. And that's really the problem. With all the social media posts kind of banking on people's nostalgia, there's only a finite amount of times you can just cater to nostalgia before people just decide, no thanks, you know? Because here's how I see it. If Saber Interactive wants to make it if they want to make it as good as the original trilogy, they got a pretty big set of boots to fill. And the only thing I can do is to say, they better hope they can live up to that expectation. And for God's sakes, don't make it a live service. Jesus Christ, the fact that they have not released any information on if it's going to be a live service or not just speaks very ill about what to expect. Because I don't want a live service Turok game. No one wants a live service Turok game. But if they're gonna do live service elements and always online, that's gonna spell the death nail for the Turok Origins, quite possibly the gaming IP in general.
Unauthorized personnel detected.
Oh yeah, we are introduced to some more new levels and a new soldier variant. Shield soldiers. But yeah, the only way I can see Origins doing well at all is if they just it's kind of hard because for it to work well, they have to kind of make it more. They need to make it more in line with the original trilogy if they're gonna call it an entry in the original trilogy, and not just make passive references to the past games, whether in marketing or in game. They need to actively make it story-wise a part of the original trilogy. So far, they have not shown any conceivable way that would happen. And then making it the Order of Turok? Buddy! Did the members of Saber not read the comics? Because, for those who don't know, in the original continuity of the Acclaim trilogy continuity, Turok is the title passed down from every eldest-born male in the Pharisee family. With some variation, yes, but that's genuinely what it is. And once it's passed down to them,
All security forces, full red alert.
Charged with protecting Earth and the Lost Land. Now, Evolution did kind of reboot that. But that's also because, you know, that was post Jeff Gomez. Yeah, it was after the Jeff Gomez situation that they changed it, so they in the comics, Talset is not the first Turok, whereas in Evolution games, it's made out that Talset is the first Turok, at least that we know of. It gets confusing. So, I really hope that Turok Origins gets everything straightened out. Because if not, it's going to really hurt the franchise. And I get it's a long dormant art. It was a dormant IP to begin with. Other than the remasters, we have not seen a brand new entry since 2008, but at the very least, we want to see basically not just another Turok game. We just want something that pays homage, at the very least, to its roots. Like, Escape from Lost Valley. Turok Escape from Lost Valley had more to do with the Dell comics than anything else, but because of the gameplay style, it was shunned by the gaming community at large because it wasn't a first-person shooter, it was an isometric game, and it had a more cartoony style to it, which, I mean, sure, I mean, it's not the best, but I think most people, they think of the Acclaim series, which... Actually, there's no way to finish that train of thought without sounding hypocritical, so, yeah, think of that what you will. But it's kind of funny, because when a lot of people praise Origins because it was a new Turok game, but when Escape from Lost Valley came out, some of those same people were like, this isn't it. So how does Turok Origins get a pass, but Escape from Lost Valley doesn't? That's an interesting question to be asking people. Huh. Wasn't this all, like... I'm pretty sure this wasn't supposed to be underwater. This wasn't underwater the last time I played through this section. I could be wrong, but... I could have sworn that this wasn't underwater. There we go. Hey, it's real more. Oh, I love that.
Move to racks.
What the hell was that voice? Ash. Well, something happened. Just gonna pick up that magazine and right back into the drink. Now let's see if I can avoid getting lost here. I'm pretty sure I just came from three. Yep, I just came from That's the thing, it's easy to get lost in this section.
Go ahead.
least I know I'm somewhat going in the right direction. Can't be this far back, can it? No. Somehow I doubt something opened this far back. Yeah, it couldn't have been something this far back. Oh, one other thing I forgot to bring up. There was actually a video released by the renewed Acclaim, and it brought up quite a few games from their history, from the Mortal Kombat ports from Probe Entertainment to
Unauthorized personnel detected. All security forces full red alert.
surprisingly enough, they even showed off Turok Rage Wars and even Shadowing. However, this may not mean anything, as it could be them just referencing and reflecting on Acclaim's past. But who knows? We may actually at one point get a compilation of a lot of their older titles. For now, we can only speculate until September, when they bring up a video that talks about a lot of their, or what they exactly intend to announce. The fact they even shot the scientists. Bang. Area I don't recognize from any version I've streamed before or played before. Oh jeez. There we go. Oh, one more, huh? There's always one more. Going down. new threat, huh? Hey! This is Epheus. Or the Crabtopus. Horrible. Oh, this is the section I was talking about.
Unauthorized personnel detected.
Real easily. think I'll finish this level up and then I'll call it. That's the way out. But I need to find the card switch for that door. The conga line of Wallagus. There we go. And of course, I'm right back at the start. Let him here. That's right, this is gonna be one of those things where the switch is right there next to the door. I am going to be flabbergasted.
Unauthorized personnel detected.
No? Oh, meet the elite versions of the elite. Dang it, 232 down to 40. And I bet you the cerebral bore won't even lock onto it, so I'm not even gonna try. You can see how many shots from school though it's gonna take just one of those things out. I think I'm just gonna call it there. Yeah. I do appreciate everyone for joining me. It's been a lot of fun playing through this mod again, and just seeing how things are kind of like switched around and changed. It's really good. But I will try to stream next week. I don't know when, I don't know what, but I'm gonna try. But until then, everyone,